using Unreal 5.
Have you ever tried the Steam engine? I know they have one.
Nope, I have not heard of the Steam engine.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right, take it easy.
Hey, John.
Hello.
From Doom 1 and 2, which is your favorite enemy as a gamer and as a developer?
Jeez. Well, the Revenant makes me laugh because he punches you in the face. I really like the Caco Demon, even though he's from Doom 1. He's still my favorite. He just flies, he shoots at you, and you kind of get scared when you start shooting him.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Why was Doom 2's final boss your head on a pike?
Because it was an Easter egg. Actually, what you're seeing on the wall is what we call the icon of sin, and you're supposed to be shooting rockets into its exposed brain. But when the rocket goes through the wall to take damage, they actually put my head on a stake to take damage in the back.
And who chose the final boss? It was you or one of your co-programmers?
You mean with my head back there?
Yeah. I mean, who chose the final boss? Oh.
Well, the final boss idea was, I think it was my idea because we had big creature, we'd already had a cyber demon and a spider demon, and we wanted to have something that seemed even bigger, but it wouldn't look that good with sprites at that time to have something even more massive. But a huge wall type enemy, we could make really, really big, and it would look really impressive. And the way that we constructed the icon of sin just made it, you couldn't even spend that much time looking at it because it was spitting the spawn cubes constantly. So anyway, that was the idea, was just to have something really massive there. And then their idea was to put my head on a stake in the back. But I discovered it, and that's why I recorded the message at the beginning of the level. To win the game, you must kill me, John Romero, and put that backwards and everything.
Just because when you said Easter egg, suddenly I remembered Microsoft Excel.
As an Easter egg, yeah.
Was that something that you were approached for, or was that was Microsoft saying
Microsoft
we can do our own?
They just did it.
Okay, because that's the first thing everybody thought of. It was Doom.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
What is your favorite first-person shooter that wasn't made by you? Or
You mean like a new one?
or old one, depends.
Jeez, it's really tough. I have several really favorite shooters, like Dark Forces is a huge one. Outlaws is another one. Duke Nukem 3D. Ghost Recon in 2001. The recent Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I still play like crazy. Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1, absolutely. Like Half-Life 2, after that game came out, it was my number one game for a really long time. Like as far as the best shooter, it was the best shooter for like 15 years or something. It was, really, really great. Doom 2016, really, really good game. Well, Titanfall, I don't know if you would call that. I mean, it is a shooter. But yeah, like Titanfall 2, really, really nice. But yeah, from that time, from the classic time back then, Hexen was one of my favorite shooters just because it was just very difficult. But yeah, I've played some recent ones like Ultra Kill. I don't know if any of you have heard of that one. But yeah, that one is a fast, very punishing shooter.
What are the biggest challenges that game designers face in the industry?
Geez, well, coming up with ideas that haven't been done before is one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like really great game designers have to know what hasn't been done and what's actually good to do. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff that people won't like, but you got to do something that people will like. So you have to really know everything that's happening in game design, like what other games are doing and how you can make something better. How can you improve in a genre, even if it's just incrementally. Even the incremental improvements are really important because they might affect every single game beyond that point if it's powerful enough. So incremental improvements are extremely valid, and then revolutionary ideas like Minecraft are like everybody wants that unicorn.
I see.
Hi, John.
Hello.
I was wondering, I know you're a first-person shooter kind of guy, but are you an RPG guy? What kind of RPGs do you like?
Jeez, it's been a while. I think Baldur's Gate was probably one of the last RPGs I played. It could, or it could be Wizardry 5, just because I wanted to go retro and and play some of the old ones. But yeah, Baldur's Gate, and I think Baldur's Gate was the RPGs are just taking forever now. Like that was 250-hour game or something. It was really crazy. I liked when Diablo came out. That was almost, a mixture, but it was less on the RPG side, more on the action side. But yeah, I used to play the Ultima games, like absolutely from Ultima 1 all the way through Ultima 7, beat every single one of those games. They were super deep. They had hundreds of NPCs in it. I used to take notes in a notebook for every town I went into because the game actually requires you to remember stuff between one town and another and these different people. So there's a lot of writing involved. So I used to play them a lot back in the day. And but then, just as time went on, I spent way more time developing games, which meant less time playing RPGs that take tons of time. So it's been a while since I played a really big RPG. I'd say maybe Dungeon Siege 2 was the last, action RPG that I played, which I thought was really, really fun.
All right, thank you. Oh, and one more question. Who designed the Arch Vial? That guy is giving me trouble to this day, from Dude to Eternal.
That was Sandy. Sandy wanted a character that would resurrect the dead. I thought it was a good idea.
All right, thank you, and have a nice day.
All right, you too.
Hey, John. So my curiosity is, out of all of the years spent in the gaming industry, which one is your favorite, project or experience?
Well, Doom was definitely one of the best experiences and best games, just because it was such a good development process. It wasn't like we couldn't solve anything. We just had to keep on just like hit a wall, solve it. Hit a wall, solve it. We knew what we were going to make, so it wasn't like a mystery, ooh, I wonder what this will turn out to be. We knew what we wanted to do. So it was really a focused effort just to solve all the problems that we had. And it was only a year, which was really nice. It wasn't like, it didn't take forever. And we could really pack a lot of stuff into a small package because Doom, being shareware, supporting mods, letting other people do whatever they wanted with the game was really big for us. Having a good number of levels, there were 27 in the first Doom trio, I guess, trilogy of episodes. Adding multiplayer LAN and modem support was awesome. Co-op deathmatch. Single player, it had so much stuff that was the blueprint for so many games going off into the future, and we used that same blueprint for our games as well. Like that was the base at that time. That was what we needed to do. Like with Quake, it needed to use that and go beyond that. And the same with Heretic and Hexen. They needed to start with Doom and do something more than that. So I think it was one of the biggest. Best projects just because of what it influenced later, but also just how much fun it was doing the thing.
Thanks.
Hi, John.
Hello.
I wanted to ask you about the BFG. It's such an iconic weapon. How did you think about it? Like, how did you develop it? What was the idea?
Well, the idea was to fire a weapon that would wipe out everything in front of you.
And how did you settle on the name? Why BFG?
Because it was like a sci-fi futuristic weapon, so we felt that giving it a name that we could just make into an acronym kind of thing was an abbreviation was just the right thing to do. So it was like the big fucking gun 9000, and just calling